Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Tanvi Taneja. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. United Nations Security Council to meet today on Israel-Iran conflict as foreign ministers of Britain, France and Germany sit for talks with the Iranian counterpart in Geneva. Prime Minister Narendra Modi flags off first Made in India locomotive manufactured for global market in Bihar. The state-of-the-art locomotive will be exported to Republic of Guinea. And in a largest ever data breach, 16 billion usernames, password credentials from Apple, Google and Facebook compromised. Another day of attacks and counterattacks continued between Iran and Israel. The week-old conflict seems to be escalating with every passing day, with no sign yet of an exit strategy from either side. In the latest update, Iran has arrested Mossad agent, sending information on Iranian air defense installations to Israel using WhatsApp messaging app. Meanwhile, Israel claimed that an Iranian nuclear scientist was killed in a strike on a building in Tehran on Friday. Earlier, the Israeli military said it carried out strikes on dozens of military targets in Iran overnight, including the Organization of Defensive Innovation and Research that it said is involved in Iran's nuclear weapons deployment. The internet in Iran has been almost completely shut down. Israeli military spokesman Brigadier General Efi Defrin told a briefing that the army was ready to deepen its strikes in Iran until all goals of the operation were achieved. The foreign ministers of Britain, France and Germany, known as the E3, will meet with the European Union's top diplomat Kaja Kallas at Germany's permanent mission in Geneva. France, Germany, Britain and the European Union were all signatories of the 2015 nuclear agreement with Iran, which Trump sunk during his first term in office. EU's Kaja Kallas, in coordination with European countries, has insisted that diplomacy remains the best path towards ensuring that Iran does not develop a nuclear bomb. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi would also join these talks on his country's nuclear program with his European counterparts. Meanwhile, Iranian Foreign Minister has clearly said that there was no room for negotiations with Israel's superpower ally, the United States, until Israeli aggression stops. The reaction comes as US President Donald Trump keeps the world guessing on his plans, veering from proposing a swift diplomatic solution to suggesting the US might join the fighting on Israel's side. But that may take 2 weeks to decide. Citing a message from Trump, White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt informed the reporters about Trump's plans.
In light of that news, I have a message directly from the president, and I quote, "Based on the fact that there's a substantial chance of negotiations that may or may not take place with Iran in the near future, I will make my decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks."
Now, Leavitt also said that Trump was interested in pursuing a diplomatic solution with Iran, but his top priority was ensuring that Iran could not obtain a nuclear weapon. She said US officials remained convinced that Iran had never been closer to obtaining a nuclear weapon. Further, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said on Friday that there would be no negotiations with Israel and the United States while attacks continue. He also stated that Iran will listen to what Europeans had to say during their dialogue in Geneva.
Let
me make the position clear. Under the current circumstances, and as the Zionist regime's attacks continue, we are not seeking negotiations with anyone, especially not with the United States, on this matter. It is the Americans who are seeking negotiations. They have sent messages multiple times, including very serious ones. We have always had dialogue with the Europeans and have discussed various issues with them. Even now, if they have something to say, we are listening.
The United Nations Security Council will meet to discuss the threats to international peace and security. The call for this meeting has been issued by Iran after a fresh scale of attacks launched by Israel amid the conflict. An urgent meeting was convened last Friday by the UNSC after Israel attacked Iran last Friday. The UN Human Rights Office has already urged de-escalation and urgent diplomatic negotiations to end these attacks and find a way forward. As Israel and Iran enter the 7th day of their conflict, countries around the world are stepping up efforts to evacuate their citizens amid closed airspace and rising tensions. On Friday, 61 Chinese nationals were safely evacuated from Iran to the UAE, while Romanian Air Force planes carrying evacuees from Israel landed in Bucharest. UK's Foreign Minister David Lammy has said that Britain is also working with Israeli authorities to arrange charter flights for British nationals from Tel Aviv. Meanwhile, Slovakia and Australia have announced the temporary closure of their embassies in Tehran, citing worsening security conditions. Russia and Ukraine exchanged more captured soldiers on Friday, the latest in a series of prisoner swaps agreed at the peace talks in Istanbul earlier this month. According to Russia's defense ministry, a group of Russian servicemen was returned from the territory controlled by Kiev, and in exchange, a group of Ukrainian prisoners of war was handed over. Neither side said how many soldiers had been freed in Friday's swap. The two sides have carried out dozens of such exchanges since the start of the conflict in one of the only areas of dialogue between Moscow and Kiev. 2 rounds of peace talks in Istanbul have failed to result in a pause to the fighting. British lawmakers on Friday debated on the final stage of a bill which could legalize assisted dying for terminally ill people. The vote is expected at about 13:30 hours GMT, and if it goes in favour, the bill progresses to the House of Lords. And if it fails, that's the end of the process. The terminally ill adults or end-of-life bill would allow terminally ill adults with 6 months or less to live to get medical assistance to end their own lives. In one of the biggest data breaches ever, cybersecurity experts have confirmed the leak of a staggering 16 billion login credentials, including passwords. The exposed data reportedly affects major platforms like that of Apple, Google, Facebook, GitHub and Telegram, and even government services. The breach follows earlier reports of an unprotected, mysterious database with over 184 million records. But researchers now say that was just the beginning. 30 massive data sets have been found since early 2025, some holding up to 3.5 billion records each. Experts warn that this isn't just recycled data, it's fresh, weaponizable intelligence that could fuel phishing, account takeovers and large-scale cyber attacks. Thailand's Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra visited military units at the Cambodia border on Friday to ease public backlash over her criticism of the army in a leaked phone call. During the visit, she met with Lieutenant General Boon Sin Padaklang, the regional commander whom she criticized in the leaked audio call. The visit happened at the time when Prime Minister Paetongtarn was facing the prospect of losing her government's majority as a vital coalition partner looked set to demand her resignation after just 10 months in power. She's facing domestic anger and the prospect of an internal revolt over the leak of a phone call between her and Cambodia's former leader, Hun Sen. You're with us on DD India Live, still to come on the show. India's President Draupadi Murmu is on a 3-day visit to the hilly state of Uttarakhand. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister to join thousands in a display of unity, wellness on International Day of Yoga from Visakhapatnam on Saturday.
Jharkhand will mesmerize you with majestic nature, rich heritage and colorful culture.
Hello. Johar.
अरे it fits perfectly.
Thank you.
Full workout हो गया. Ready?
Postcards from Jharkhand on National Geographic.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Live. I am Tanvi Taneja. President of India, Draupadi Murmu, on Friday visited the National Institute for Empowerment of Persons with Visual Disabilities at Dehradun. During a visit, the President interacted with students, reviewed facilities and emphasized the importance of accessibility and equal opportunities for all. Speaking at the event, President Murmu noted that the National Education Policy 2020 includes specific provisions for ensuring equal learning opportunities for differently abled children.
राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति 2020 में दिव्यांग बच्चों को अन्य बच्चों के समान अच्छी शिक्षा के अवसर प्रदान करने का प्रावधान है। सुगम्य भारत अभियान के माध्यम से सरकार दिव्यांगजनों के सशक्तिकरण और समान भागीदारी के लिए प्रयत्नशील है। ये अभियान सुगम्य भौतिक वातावरण, परिवहन, सूचना एवं संचार परिस्थिति तंत्र विकसित करने पर बल दिया गया है। सरकार का ये प्रयास रहा है कि दिव्यांगजनों की पहुंच सरकारी भवनों, संस्थानों आदि में सुगम्य बनाया जाए।
Earlier in the day, President Murmu graced the opening of the Rashtrapati Niketan at Rajpur Road in Uttarakhand in the presence of Governor retired Lieutenant General Gurmeet Singh and State Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami. The President also graced the opening of Rashtrapati Tapovan and laid the foundation stone for Rashtrapati Udyan. Later in the evening, the President will release a postage stamp on Raj Bhavan Nainital on the completion of its 125 years. To commemorate the first anniversary of the BJP-led state government in Odisha, Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived in Bhubaneswar on Friday and led a vibrant road show en route to Janta Maidan, the venue of the state-level function organized to mark the completion of 1 year of the first BJP government in the state. Hundreds lined the streets hoping to catch a glimpse of the Prime Minister, with many waving flags and cheering enthusiastically. At a grand public gathering in Janta Maidan, Prime Minister Modi laid the foundation stones and inaugurated key developmental projects worth over 18,600 crore rupees. These included the launch of new railway services and a fleet of 100 electric buses aimed at bolstering urban mobility and promoting green infrastructure. Earlier, furthering the vision of Make in India, Make for the World, Prime Minister Narendra Modi flagged off the indigenously manufactured diesel locomotive built for export. Built at Bihar's Mahovira plant, the state-of-the-art locomotive will be exported to Guinea, a coastal country in Africa. It is the first export locomotive manufactured in this factory. They are equipped with high horsepower engines, advanced AC propulsion system, microprocessor-based control systems, ergonomic cab designs and incorporate technologies like regenerative braking. Further, each unit is equipped with a 4500 HP engine and incorporates several modern features aimed at enhancing operational performance and crew comfort. Yoga is about plugging into an uninterrupted source of power. India prepares for the grand celebration of the 11th International Day of Yoga on June 21st, with the government rolling out a wide range of events across the country under this year's theme, Yoga for One Earth, One Health. So let's take you to Visakhapatnam, where the stage is all set for a grand International Day of Yoga celebrations. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister will join thousands in a display of unity, wellness and India's timeless gift to the world. DD India's Siddharth Bhardwaj reports.
Famous for its beautiful beaches and natural beauty, Vishakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh is fully prepared to host the 11th International Day of Yoga. The main event will take place at the RK Beach in Vishakhapatnam. This year's Yoga Day will be grand and unique in many ways. Prime Minister Modi will participate in the main event and perform yoga. Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu will also join him at the event. To make this celebration historic, the state government is making special arrangements. Under the Yoga Andhra initiative, the government is preparing to set a world record by organizing a mass yoga session with 5 lakh people on the beachside RK Beach Road.
The special thing about this event is that this will be participated by 500,000 people, which will be a world record. Earlier record was 165,000, 1,65,000. So it will surpass that record.
A green carpet has been laid on the road in front of the main stage. Large LED screens have been installed all around so that people can follow the 45-minute yoga protocol easily. Representatives from several countries will be participating in the grand celebration. Additionally, students from 20 countries currently living in India will also be joining the yoga event. Yoga sessions will also be held on board Indian Navy ships, where officers and personnel will participate. Residents of Vishakhapatnam are equally excited and proud that their city is hosting this year's celebration.
We are very proud and very happy about that. At least 5 to 10% growth will come for us, especially for the Vizagagians.
We are celebrating the International Yoga Day. We have completed the 10 years, 11th year is coming.
This year's theme for International Yoga Day is Yoga for One Earth, One Health. Yoga has had a positive impact both in India and around the world. To make this year's Yoga Day memorable, 10 special initiatives have been planned under the celebration. These include Yoga Sangam, Yoga Park, Yoga Unplugged, Harit Yoga, among others. The flagship initiative this year is Harit Yoga, under which yoga events will take place at 1 lakh locations across India, and a tree will be planted under the initiative Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam. People will also be educated about mission life. On International Day of Yoga, yoga events will also be held at UNESCO World Heritage Sites as well as at all prominent historical monuments across India.
So the stage is all set here in Vizag for the International Day of Yoga 2025, where many records are expected to be broken when thousands of people will come together and perform yoga. Yoga is the new in, and it provides the harmony between the mind and the body. Everyone today is making yoga as part of their everyday lives. With camera person Gaurav Giri, this is Siddharth Bharadwaj reporting for DD India in Vizag.
This year's celebration of International Day of Yoga is a powerful message of harmony, sustainability and shared well-being like all times. 21st June 2025 will mark 11 years of International Day of Yoga. Up next, we bring you the key takeaways from International Day of Yoga celebrations over the years.
21st June 2025 marks 11 years of International Day of Yoga. Theme for the International Day Yoga 2025 is Yoga for One Earth, One Health. The theme reminds us that caring for our planet is caring for our health. Prime Minister Modi will spearhead the nation in a grand yoga session from Vishakhapatnam. International Day of Yoga will be observed in a synchronized yoga session based on the Common Yoga Protocol, a structured 45-minute routine. Over 100 nations come together to celebrate wellness as one in CYD. Over 1 lakh plus locations across India will come together to host synchronized CYD sessions. PM Yoga Awards are set to honor individuals and organizations making a real difference through yoga. International Day of Yoga impact over the years. Since 2014, June 21st has been the world's official day to celebrate yoga. From millions to over 24 crore participants, the global yoga movement keeps growing. India has become a global wellness ambassador through yoga. Even the pandemic couldn't pause world's commitment to yoga. More people now see yoga as a path to staying healthy. Yoga is reaching people of all ages, backgrounds, and health conditions. Youth are embracing yoga like never before. Signature events for International Yoga Day 2025. The International Yoga Day 2025 comes with 10 signature events. Each signature event is designed to spotlight yoga's impact across different sections of the society. Yoga Sangam will bring millions together for one massive morning of yoga. Yoga Bandhan is building bridges through international yoga exchanges. Harit Yoga is blending yoga with actions that heal the planet. Yoga Samavesh is creating space for those with unique health needs. Yoga Unplugged is turning yoga into a movement young people can relate to. Yoga Mahakumbh is making yoga feel like joyful citywide festival. Yoga Connect is bringing global experts together to share and grow the practice. Yoga Connect is uniting global voices to shape the future of yoga. Some Yoga is bridging yoga with modern and traditional medicine. Yoga Park is turning public parks into everyday yoga zones. Bureau Report, DD India.
On to sports news now. 2 wickets late in the opening session dragged England back into their first test against India in Leeds on Friday. The visitors were 92 runs for the loss of 2 wickets at lunch, having previously cruised into a strong position. England skipper Ben Stokes won the toss and opted to bowl. His decision initially seems ill-advised as openers KL Rahul and Yashasvi Jaiswal both looked in fine form and added 91 runs. Bryden Cars made the first breakthrough, dismissing Rahul for 42. Then pressure got to debutant Sai Sudarshan, who fell on the last ball before lunch without scoring. Earlier, both teams observed a minute's silence and sported black armbands as a mark of respect for people who lost their lives in the Air India plane crash in Ahmedabad last week. India's Sports Minister Mansukh Mandavia on Friday announced a new initiative to identify sporting talent through citizen participation. A dedicated mobile application will soon be launched, allowing people to upload videos of talented youngsters from schools, neighborhoods or villages across various sports. These videos will be reviewed by zonal talent selection committees under the Khelo India framework, comprising expert coaches, former athletes and sports scientists. The sports minister also said that during the 156th Mission Olympic Cell meeting, it was decided to provide 25,000 rupees per month as out-of-pocket allowance to 80 national campers, 40 each from the senior men's and women's hockey teams under the Target Olympic Podium scheme. This move recognizes the team's recent achievements, including bronze medals at the Tokyo and Paris Olympics and the men's gold at the Hangzhou Asian Games. Hockey India will submit monthly player lists to the Sports Authority of India for dispersal. Australia dropped Marnus Labuschagne for the opening test against West Indies after a poor run of form, while Steve Smith has been ruled out due to injury. Labuschagne last 100 for Australia in test matches came in July 2023 against England. Since then, he has averaged 24.7 with the bat in 16 matches. Smith injured his finger while fielding in the slips against South Africa at Lord's during the World Test Championship final. He left the field and did not take part in the match. Teenager Sam Constas and Josh Inglis have been included in the playing 11 for the opening match in Barbados starting on Wednesday. European champions Paris Saint-Germain suffered a shock 1-0 defeat against Brazilian side Botafogo at Club World Cup on Thursday. A first-half goal from Igor Jesus proved the difference in California as Botafogo all but sealed a place in the knockout rounds from Group B. Paris Saint-Germain are one of the favourite teams to clinch 32-team tournament after a dazzling season. Atletico Madrid and Palmeiras also won their group matches. Earlier, Lionel Messi scored a free kick to secure a 2-1 comeback win for Inter Miami against Porto in Atlanta in Group A. And that's all for this edition of DD India Live. Do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. Connect with us on our different social media handles at DD India Live. And you can also download our DD India mobile app for news and updates from India and the world on the go. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Tanvi Taneja from all of us here in New Delhi. Thank you for watching. Namaskar.